Welcome back to the Crestline portion of tonight's Coach's Corner East on December 1st. Glad to have you aboard. The show is brought to you in part by Steve and Chuck Keller at Keller Auto Parts, your Napa dealer, Uptown Galleon and Crestline. Marie Mounts at the Platinum Insurance Agency, your Progressive Agent, 131 Harding Way East, Uptown Galleon. And Joe Kleiman Associates at the Galleon office of First Federal Bank of Ohio. And we welcome back the bowling program from Crestline High School, this time the female program. And we have two coaches here tonight, Coach Borders and Coach Steve Chambers, who coached last year. And as we talked off air, because of COVID last year, the show was done all via phone, and we didn't get to meet in person. So now it's great to do that. Coach Borders, thanks for coming back and bringing your girls tonight after we had the boys a couple weeks ago.
No problem, Mike.
You bet. And how many total on the squad for girls?
Just 5.
Just 5.
Exactly enough for a varsity.
Okay, so that is the minimum to do it. Okay, so you got 4 out of the 5 here tonight, and it looks like pretty young, 4 juniors and a freshman. So what grade is the other one in?
I believe Lily's a junior also.
Junior, okay, so I guess a little more experienced, I guess. Just no seniors. So you've started the season. I followed you on, you've done great videos on Facebook. I've watched a little bit of that. I have no idea what's going on because I'm not really, I mean, I do. The object is to knock pins down, right?
Yep.
But your boys look like they're having fun. They're competitive. They're doing well. How's things going on the girls' side so far?
We're going pretty good. We have 3 returners and 2 new girls. So it's kind of baby steps, I would say. We're kind of getting into the water and doing more learning. Yeah. But the 3 that are returning, they're picked up right where they left off, and they're just knocking them down. If we can get the other 2 on board, we're going to be making big strides.
Good. That's good. And that's going to come, like saying, baby steps. They just learn. And have you even seen, out of the ones that are learning, where they've progressed from the first match till where they are now?
Yes. Yeah. One of our new girls, Lexya, down there, she had some coaching before, and she brought it over. And Steve tonight worked with her a little bit more and more and got her more lined up, and she's getting a lot more consistent.
I got to believe, as a coach, it's a wonderful thing when you see things start to click, and all of a sudden that makes sense. And that's got to be pretty rewarding, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, I bet it is. So what is really the strength of this girls' team that you see so far this early on?
They're like a family. When one of them are down, they all like to pick each other up. And I would say that their strongest thing is they communicate very well.
Good.
If one of them aren't feeling it on the day, you can definitely tell because all the girls are just around asking them what's wrong, trying to get them in the right spirits. And even though we haven't had the amount of practices we would like, we got together today and they were just back on it, back in the same 5 they were from 3 weeks ago when they first met.
Is there a reason why you can't have as many practices as you hope?
Just scheduling issues. Lori at the bowling alley, she has a lot of stuff going on with having 3 different teams there, plus she has adult leagues throughout the week. It's just hard to schedule us, and
so she has
personal life too.
Yeah, right. So she has Crestline, Galleon, and
Northmore
comes there as well. Okay, yeah, I gotta believe. And they probably, like you say, they have leagues and things like that. Wow. Yeah. And how many lanes do they have there?
We have 16.
16. So I mean, that's not shabby, but when you got a lot of people coming in and out, you got to fit time in. I know. Like rec hockey, there's teams that play like at 10 at night, 11 at night, just because they can't get ice time, right? So it's the same kind of concept. So what's the biggest area of improvement for these girls that you see as the year progresses?
Consistency is the big thing. They can leave it on the lane and they can knock down all the pins, but they have to clean up what they leave. So if we can continue to be consistent and actually progress and make those steps, we'll be unstoppable.
Good. Well, you got to feel good about that for sure. And as we talked with the boys, it's the 3rd league that Crestline's involved with. Football's in one, basketball's in another, bowling's in the KMAC.
Yep.
And who is strong in the KMAC as far as girls are concerned?
Galleon, and I would say Fredericktown's definitely on their way up. They have a young squad, but all of those girls were really consistent the last couple times that we've seen them.
Okay, very good. And early on, how have the results gone?
We would like them to be a little bit better, but like I said earlier, we're a little inexperienced. But as time goes on, they're gonna do great things.
Are the numbers going up where you're getting more pinfalls?
Yeah, I believe they probably went up 200 pins.
Good.
Night and day.
Good.
From when we had our first match to our season opener tournament.
And some of that could be nerves and other things as well. Very good. We'll take a break here and talk to the girls around the table, and then we'll come back and talk to Coach Chambers here in just a moment. Show is brought to you in part by the Burkhart family at the Burkhart Farm Center, your Case IH dealer straight west of Galleon on the Manette New Winchester Road. Mike Kleinite at Ag Credit Residential Lending, Bucyrus, Mount Gilead, and Marion. And sweet baby Ray Jones, Davey's little brother, at Ohio Door and Sash, 120 South Street in Galleon. First up, Lexus McCombs is a junior, and thank you for coming, and I appreciate you stopping out tonight. And you're one of the experienced ones, right?
Yeah.
So how many years have you been bowling?
This is my third year.
This is your third, okay. So from the time you were a freshman till now, where has your game gotten the strongest?
My consistency.
And that's what Coach talked about, is just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And he said that, the results maybe haven't been what you've wanted yet, but where do you see the biggest progress in you and your teammates from the first match till now?
We have a better attitude.
Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you're close, aren't you? You lift each other up. You know when someone's down. How important is that to the overall success of what you're trying to do?
It's important. When you're down, it's just a bad game.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad.
Yeah, is that when the gutter balls come?
Oh yeah.
And you think, I threw it straight and I got it right in the gutter, and believe me, you don't want any bowling advice from me at all, so don't even ask. But you see big things happening during this year? I mean, that you can just keep getting better and better and winning matches? Mm-hmm. Good. Well, good luck to you this year. Get that consistency, pick up the stuff you left, as Coach said, and things will be really, really good for you, all right? Appreciate you coming out. Next is Marissa Black, is a junior, and you're one of the newbies, huh?
No.
Oh, you're not? Oh, you're the newbie. Right, okay. You've been doing it for 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay. And kind of along the same lines, where has your game progressed?
I think a lot of it, bowling's a very mental sport.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of it is growing your mindset, because if you think you're going to do bad, then you're going to do bad.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of it's just getting in the mindset that you're going to do good, and it helps a lot.
And how is your mental attitude right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty good right now.
So it must not have been, right?
It's hit or miss on some days.
Yeah, and let's face it, as student athletes, you got a lot of things going on in your lives. I get that. We don't, in the professional world, we don't bring our A game to work every day. If I said we did, I'd be lying to you. So I hope they're not listening. But those things, there's distractions. There's school, there's family, there's other things going on. But what do you like as far as the dynamic of this group that you play with every day?
I'm not going to say it's better than last year, because we were very close last year too.
Mm-hmm.
But we're all close. If one person's down, we try and bring them back up, and that really, it does help, because if you're not a bowler, you don't know how bad it is to bowl when you're not in the zone. Mm-hmm. So when one player gets out and it kind of rubs off on you, it's going to affect the whole team. Where
would you say your personal high game would be? If you could shake a magic wand and say, this is what I want it to be, what would it be?
Definitely a 200.
Okay.
Or above.
Is that possible?
Obviously 3.
Well, yeah, right. But in reality.
I ended last season at districts with a 200 on the dot.
Good.
And that's the highest I've ever gotten.
Good. Well, keep working, and good things will happen, I'm sure. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. Lily Riddle is here. Lily's a junior, and this third year for you. Oh, all three of you. Has it been tough? Coach Chambers helped out and did the coaching last year. Now Coach Board is here. Is that tough, or is it just kind of just seamless because they're both here now?
Yeah, it's kind of like normal. I mean, if one doesn't see something, then the other will. So it's like you always get caught. You know what I mean? Like if you're doing something wrong, like if you're throwing the ball wrong, he doesn't see it, he's gonna see it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and the thing of it is, too, is you think about football or volleyball or basketball, there's set plays and different philosophies on what kind of offense or defense you want to run. With bowling, it's throw the stinking ball and knock the pins down, right? You don't have real strategy, even though they can give you subtleties on how to pick up that spare or what to do, right?
Yeah.
Are they in a situation where you feel, you can go to them anytime and say, I need help. I'm just not getting this done.
All the time. I'm a little crybaby.
But have you improved from the first match till now? Do you see it paying off?
Yeah.
Just a number of pins, or?
Yeah, it's everything. The attitude, the pins, the whole entire game. Like, it just gets so much better every single game and every single tournament and everything.
Yeah.
So.
And what I really found fascinating when I talked to the guys, not only from Galleon, or not only from Crestline, but Galleon as well, is they talked about this interaction with the other teams. And unlike other sports where you barely lift a player up off the ground, there's a lot of camaraderie in talking, even though you're competing against them.
Yeah.
Have you enjoyed that part of it?
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, you get to bowl with other schools, and sometimes you know the people from the other schools, so you get to talk to them and bowl. So, I mean, it can be fun even though you're competing. And we're pretty competitive, but we still try and help out the other teams a little bit.
Yeah, very good. Favorite lanes other than your home lanes?
Willard, for sure. Their lanes, they're just synthetic lanes, so they're just a lot better to me. I don't know. There's just some lanes that I hate, and I love Willard lanes.
Good. All right. Very good. Well, thanks for stopping out. I appreciate it. And finally, Lexya Lavene is here, a freshman, and you were here during cross country, and now you're back for bowling. But this is your first time, albeit you've had some coaching in the past, right?
Yeah.
What made you decide to go out for the team this year?
I've done bowling before, and it was really fun, and I wasn't going to do basketball this year, so I decided that I was going to do bowling as a main sport.
Are you happy with that decision? Yeah. Okay. Not as much pressure, or?
Not really, but bowling is actually a lot funner than I thought it would be.
Sure. What have you liked about it so far?
How close everybody is and how much nicer it is than a lot of other sports, because people can be not very nice.
I understand what you're saying. I'm reading between the lines here. I know what you mean. And it can be, and it's tough. You're competing, but when you can still have fun and compete, that's a true blessing, I think. And I think that's kind of what you're saying, as opposed to some of the drama that may come with other sports and things along that lines. From the first time and you were in that first match and you're probably really nervous, where have you improved the most up to this point?
My mental attitude and not being as nervous to go up and bowl.
Settled down a little bit. Yeah, not as scary. Have you been able to pick up spares, or is that still a little bit of an issue? Or
I've been doing better at it.
yeah. And what would be your ideal high score?
Probably a 150.
Good. I mean, for someone that's not done it a lot and you're getting back into it, hey, that's a great goal to have. Well, enjoy this season. It's a great opportunity for you. It sounds like all of you are having a good time. You're enjoying it, and that's what it's about. I mean, you're not getting paid for doing this. It's interscholastic sports. It's something that you can be competitive in, but still have fun at the same time. It sounds like you're accomplishing that with the help of your coaches. So best of luck to you this year. I appreciate you coming out. And take our final break here. Show is brought to you in part by Lee Plymouth and Brad Seibert at the Plymouth Insurance Group, Galleon and Bucyrus, North Central State College, Mansfield, and the Crawford Success Center, North Walnut Street, across from the courthouse in Bucyrus, and Phil and Sue Schreck, Phil's Deli, just eats the Pizza Hut at the bridge in Galleon. And Coach Steve Chambers is here. Do I properly call you an assistant coach, or what's your role?
I am the girls' coach.
You are the official girls' coach.
I am the girls' coach.
Coach Borders has the boys primarily.
Yes.
But you're
What happened was I had some medical problems this year, and I actually stepped down because I wasn't sure what was going to work out.
I see. Okay.
So we put a good man in charge, and I'm still there to help with the program, and I am the official girls' coach.
Good.
Very proud of these young ladies. I'm a little disappointed that they didn't say they had the best coach in the world, but
It wasn't a question.
And your history of bowling goes back a long time. You've bowled for years, right?
yes, sir. I was on the pro tour for 4 years. I've been a bowling coach for 27.
Wow, good for you.
You know, when we talked last year, I told you a little bit about the attitude paper. I'm a little surprised that they didn't bring that up too, because they have to read an attitude paper before every match. So it's a great paper. Great paper. It gets them mentally set for the match, and it's a little intimidating for the other team to watch them do that. So it's a little step in the right direction.
Yeah. Now you read it out loud, or?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, good.
Right out on the lanes in front of everybody.
Good. Well, that's important, and I'm glad you do that. So kind of along the same lines, what have you really liked about how this group is starting to gel?
Well, I'm going to tell you, they never question me. They do everything I say, except the young one down there. But she learned tonight. That Coach knows what he's doing. So she made a huge step in the right direction tonight, and they're going to do fantastic. You know, last year when we talked, we had started out on the same foot. Last year it was a building year, just getting the program back where it needed to be at, and they. It's the same way this year. We started out with a loss in our conference, but big things are going to come because they just don't give up. They don't stop. They work hard, and that's just, they're going to be in the top again this year. They got to beat the districts last year for the very first time ever,
Special.
and we're looking to do that again this year.
Yeah, it'd be great for both the boys and the girls to go deep into the playoff and kind of support each other and feed off each other. I think that'd be a really good thing. We got some interesting matches. You have Fredericktown tomorrow at home, so that's good. You're going to go then on the road for a little bit. Monday you go to Winford over at Suburban and take their girls team on, which I think they're doing fairly well.
They're doing all right. I'm going to predict a win on that one.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Steve's getting
That's good. I like that's that positive
That's
mental
right.
approach, right?
That's right.
And then next Wednesday you go to East Knox, and then Thursday you have Galleon, which is really at your home lanes anyway. So
Yeah, Galleon will be the tough match. They're strong, but they've got almost all seniors this year, so they're strong.
do you kind of like that every other day, match, maybe practice, match, day off? Do you like that?
If we can keep it rolling and they get in the right asset,
play on the wings, huh?
absolutely, they'll, I'd rather just keep it going.
Yeah.
If we could have a match every other day, it'd be great.
Yeah. All right. And everybody feels good, healthy, no injuries, anything along that lines?
Nope,
Everything's in good
we're
shape?
doing good. Like I said, we just have 5 girls, so we need them there every time.
I know you would want more numbers because that's strength of the program, but having just that, and you can spend more time with each, do you like that?
Yes, I do. You don't have to worry about, Joe's got a lot of subbing in and out to do. I don't have to worry about that. So they know going into the match, hey, I'm here. I've got to perform. So that they go in with that mindset right off the bat, knowing that, we got to do this. Nobody else going to step in and do it for me. So.
Did they ever say, okay, coach, you were on the pro bowling tour, show us how it's done?
Oh, I've showed them a few times, haven't I? Yep.
A long time ago. Yeah, we did.
That's fantastic.
Yes. No, I got a fantastic group, and we're looking to go a long ways.
Very good. Well, thanks so much for coming out, and I appreciate that. I've enjoyed watching your progress through social media, and thanks for posting that and keeping me apprised of what's going on and other people as well. And I think, it's one of those sports that, as we talked the first time, continues to grow at the high school level. More and more young people are getting involved. It's another option, something to do in the winter, and I think that's wonderful because it's all about opportunity for young people to do things outside of the classroom that becomes an extension of the classroom. And you're teaching good mental things to these young ladies that they're going to take with in life, and I think that's a very positive move. So appreciate that very much.
Thank you so much.
You bet. We're going to get ready to talk about what's coming up on our programming schedule here. Coming up a little later on WQEL at 7:45, it's Ohio State women's basketball taking on the Syracuse Orangemen. That's going to be at 7:45 pregame and tip right around 8 o'clock. Tomorrow, we're going to have the Candlelight Christmas broadcast, so check that out from 4 to 6 on WQEL. We have a doubleheader in basketball Friday night on WQEL. It'll be girls basketball Mohawk at Bucyrus. Tip time approximately 7:30, and then our sister station, it's the Battle of Route 602. It's Colonel Crawford going on the road to Buckeye Central. Jared Moore will be bringing you the play-by-play at approximately 7:30, and then I'll be on for the Friday night phone board at approximately 9 p.m. Saturday, high school boys basketball, Battle of Route 602 boys version, as Colonel Crawford goes to Buckeye Central. Tip time at around 6:30, and then Will Beard will be in for the Saturday night phone board right after that. And then on Sunday, we have Ohio State men's basketball from the Bryce Jordan Center in University Park, Pennsylvania, against the Nittany Lions of Penn State. Coverage begins at 6:45 on Sunday evening. I want to thank everyone here at our Galleon Pizza Hut, especially our managers, Bree Hefner, Michelle Burris, Jordan Root. Tyler was our server tonight. Certainly appreciate him. Danny Lane back in the studio for keeping me on the air, and our camera operator, Cameron Moon, and Harper Boggs as well for all the amazing work that she does. I want to thank Galleon girls basketball coach Shani Rush and her team, Colonel Crawford girls basketball coach Kyle Fenner and her team, Crestline bowling coaches Steve Chambers and Joe Borders and his team for being out tonight. Thank you to all of our sponsors and most of all you, our viewers and listeners, for tuning in tonight on our Facebook Live stream. For WQAL Sports, this has been Mike Sparks reminding you, a spirit with a vision is a dream with a mission. Have a good night, everybody.